Welcome back. It is Friday, April 7th in the NBA. My three favorite picks are on the way. Let's recap yesterday and 0-2 day. Let's talk about it. Now, James Harden's over in points. I'll admit, it was a bad read. He ended with 14, basically got benched the whole fourth quarter. Like, it was reasonable to expect him to get benched. Now, Ochai Agbaji, I can't do anything here. I can't shoot the basketball for the man. I mean, he went out there, shot 18 times for us, went 0 for 8 from 3, and he ended with 13 points. Look, if he hits one of his threes, he hits the over. It was a great read. Just, that's going to happen. Those days the guy can't buy a bucket, and he could not buy a bucket last game, and we can just have to chalk it up to the game. He did not get it done. If you are new, we're bouncing back today. We have a hot slate coming inbound. If you are new, go down below, hit that subscribe button, drop a like too. Now, I mentioned this in the MLB video, and hopefully my microphone sound a little bit better today. No idea what happened the past couple days, but should be. It's the same one I've been using all year long. But either way, we have a BetMGM sign-up offer. You can get up to $1,000 in bonus bets back if your first bet loses. Just claim, you sign up using our link down below at the top of the description. You deposit, make your first bet, and if it loses, get your stake back up in bonus bets to use again up to $1,000. You can check out all the details and stuff down in the description. But let's dial in. We got 3 picks today. We're going 3-0. We might have an added play. It could be in the pinned comment maybe later on today. Talk about a couple leans. Let's dive in. We got a builder today. It's a great day. It's a great Friday. Let's go. First one, CJ McCollum. Under 30.5 PRAs, minus 110 on DraftKings. Now, if this goes down to 29.5, I'm fine with it there, full steam ahead. If you need an individual line, you don't have points, rebounds, and assists, PRAs, I lean towards his under in points. Now, let's talk about McCollum, who's coming off a massive game. The man had 47 PRAs. It went into overtime versus Memphis, and he had just a terrific game all around. The Bucks saw that game, and they said, McCollum, great game, man. Yeah, we'll lower your line. Now, I'm not saying the books got insider info, but normally when that happens, they see a big game, maybe some regressions coming his way, and let's talk about why I think McCollum goes under. Now, today the Pelicans will play host to my New York Knicks. Now, the Knicks have already locked in the 5 seed. They've already decided to rest Jalen Brunson. Julius Randle's already out, so then the Pelicans enter as 8-point favorites. The Pelicans still have incentive to win here, and I just don't know if McCollum plays full complement of minutes. The Knicks could get blown out. That's very reasonable to expect, and the Knicks' young guards are also pretty decent defenders. Now, over the last 10 games for Mr. McCollum, he's averaged 28.7 PRAs per game. If you took away that 47 PRA game outlier, that number drops to 26.6 PRAs. So he hasn't really been too close to this. I mean, in the last 10 games, I'll put up all of his numbers. He's got 47, 20, 23, 26, 19, 26, 37, 24, 27, and 37 PRAs. So going under this line pretty frequently in 7 of 10. Now, if we look at Brandon Ingram, who's obviously his teammate, Ingram's taken a big responsibility, not only on, shooting a ton, but also in terms of facilitating. We've seen Ingram's assists skyrocket to something we've never seen in his NBA career, and that's obviously seen McCollum take a step back on offense. Now, we saw these Knicks and Pelicans play about a month and a half ago on February 25th. McCollum only 19 PRAs in that game and 19 field goal attempts. That was a game he played a lot of minutes. Ingram also played terribly, and he still couldn't even get close to this line. Now, obviously, a lot of Knicks were healthy then. That's not the case today, but still, the Pelicans have a decent bench. Their bench hasn't been doing a whole lot recently, but they're at home. Maybe the bench steps up and does a little bit more here. Trey Murphy coming off a very good game. Herb Jones coming off a very good game. Jonas Valanciunas coming off a very bad game. So I think all these different factors, there's different guys that can step up here for Mr. McCollum. A blowout should make this an easy winner. But either way, I'm going to fade him. I think the Knicks defense, and they don't as decent today, and they won't play as fast as they did against the Pacers. And like I said, this could be a blowout here. Wouldn't surprise me at all. I just don't really trust McCollum. I think the books know he's going to do a bad game, and unless he shoots it very efficiently, just don't see him having a ton of field goal attempts. I think the Knicks will pack the paint. They won't give him a ton of mid-range looks. He's going to have to be efficient from downtown, from the 3-point line. I'm going to fade McCollum, take his under in every stat, under 30.5 points, rebounds, and assists. But individual, you probably would take the points. But my first play of the day, CJ McCollum's under. Now for my second play is one of the best players in the NBA, a guy that might win the MVP this year. It is Svi Mykhailiuk of the Charlotte Hornets, over 20.5 points plus assists, minus 123 on Caesars. Now, a lot of you might have just said, Austin, you're talking about like a European League MVP? No. This guy's legit. Now, I understand a lot of people might have no idea who this guy is, but allow me to introduce him to you, and maybe you'll consider betting on him today. Now, let's talk about why I like his points plus assists. Now, Svi plays for the Hornets, and honestly, if you were to go out there and say, name any Hornets player, this probably isn't the first one that comes to mind, but anyone that you're probably thinking of probably isn't playing today, because the Hornets will be without LaMelo Ball, Terry Rozier, Gordon Hayward, Kelly Oubre Jr., PJ Washington, one of the Martins. I think they have Cody Martin. And then probably Dennis Smith Jr. is going to be in that crew too. He's been missing the last 4 or 5 games. And even if DSJ plays, I don't really care. Now, Svi has stepped into the starting lineup, and he's been playing a lot of meaningful minutes and been playing well. In these last 4 games, when we've seen really PJ Washington was the newest guy to that report to go out. LaMelo and Rozier had been resting too. Gordon Hayward got at it. So over these last 4 games when all these guys have been out, we've seen Svi 33 plus minutes in all 4 games. In those games, he's had 26, 21, 31, and 24 points plus assists going over in all 4. Now, in those games, he saw 13, 12, 17, and 14 field goal attempts, and they played very tough matchups. They had games against OKC, the Chicago Bulls, and then the Raptors twice. All defenses that actually care about winning and teams that are actually trying. In those games, we've seen the Hornets lose 3 straight by 20, 30, 30, or 20, 30, 20, and 20 points. So they've been getting absolutely smoked by teams. Understandably, they're tanking. You saw the injury report. But yet they only find themselves as 3-point underdogs today against the Rockets, a team that's coming off a big win against the Denver Nuggets, maybe a little bit momentum. And yeah, I just wouldn't be surprised if the Hornets win today. Now, I love Svi's chances to maybe hit this over in just points alone. We know the Rockets are very bad at defending opposing guards. They give up a lot of 3-pointers, and that's Svi's game. He's not a guy that's going to go just absolutely dunk on people, although maybe he can. We will see. But I think he's more of a 3-point shooter and kind of get into the mid-range and get into those looks. Now, we've seen over these last 4 games, you could just take the points if you needed to, but he's also done decently assisting his teammates, and if you have to go to PRAs, decent on the rebounds too. Over those last 4 games, he's averaged 6.3 assists per game, 8.3 assist chances. That's second most on the team. And if you need to add PRAs in there for the rebounds, average 4 rebounds per game on 6.5 rebound chances. So the chances are there for not only rebounds, but also for mostly assists. And look, this Hornets team total is 113.5 today. The Hornets haven't even sniffed that total in 3 straight games. They had barely broke 100 in 2 of those games and had 108 in 1 of those games. We know the Rockets really aren't a team that plays a whole lot of defense, and with only 2 games left in the season, don't anticipate that changing today. Svi also playing for a contract. He's a free agent this offseason, so maybe he's trying to get up with the Hornets back again, or trying to find a different team, keep his NBA career going. Either way, Svi Mykhailiuk, a weird guy to trust, but we only have 3 days left in the NBA regular season. We're trusting him today, over 20.5 points plus assists. If he shoots as many times as Abaji did yesterday, we will have an easy, no sweat winner, hopefully today. He's a much better shooter, knock on wood, than Abaji. Well, I mean, honestly, their splits are about the same, so I'm ready to get wrong by Svi Mykhailiuk, but I'm trusting him. Now, it only feels right to end off this fun episode with a bankroll builder and something that is electric. It is the tanking Pistons that we're going to, and then we call this one the Pistons Point Guard Special. And it's going to be Jaden Ivey, 15 plus points. Jaden Ivey, 6 plus assists, and Killian Hayes, 6 plus assists, currently plus 115 on DraftKings. Now, I would put 1 unit on this, and that is probably all as I would do. If you're on FanDuel, you can take this identical thing. I think it came out to about plus 100. Sure, you can take that there. But obviously the plus 115 better on DraftKings. You shouldn't have any problems tailing on other books. If you need to take these guys at different assist numbers, Ivy, I take at 7. Hayes, I would be a little skeptical at 7. I'd probably want to take Hayes down to probably 5 if that's how you have to do it, if maybe you only have odd numbers. But let's talk about this game, though, as the Pacers and Pistons are going to play, and this is a tank-off. Now, the Pistons arguably don't need to tank anymore. This is a team that's already locked up the worst seed in the league. They can play other young guys a lot of minutes, and this feels like a high-scoring game, but even if it's not, we still could easily hit this, and the over-under is about 228, 229. Now, you saw last game versus New York. The Pacers gave up 34 total assists. 3 Knicks had 6 plus assists. I think Quentin Grimes had 5. So they give up a ton of assists. And the 2 guys that are going to get assists on this team are going to be Killian Hayes and Jaden Ivey, the 2 main guys. Now, let's talk about Mr. Hayes first. We need 6 assists from him. In his last 2 games versus Indiana, 11 and 13 assists, pretty solid. Now, Jaden Ivey was inactive for those games, so the assists should take a drop back today. But still, 6, 7, 8, and 6 assists over his last 4 games. Averaged 12 assist chances over these last 4. So the assist chances are there. He's going to be playing point when Ivey's on the court, and this Pacers team doesn't play any defense. They're just running up and down the court, just shooting the ball, having fun. Now, Jaden Ivey is who we need to step up and get 15 and 6 today. Now, Ivey, he's going to shoot a lot, I anticipate. I mean, he has 15 plus points, 7 of his last 8. His only miss was with 14 points. His line's like 20 and a half or so. He's going to shoot the ball. That's what he does. Now, Ivey also has had 6 plus assists and 8 straight. He's averaged 15 and a half potential assists over this time frame. So the potential assists are there. He should be able to get a 6 assists. And then the 15 points, we're just banking on him doing what he does. Shoot the ball a ton, get to the free throw line, just avoid foul trouble, please, and just do his thing. Like the Pistons, like I said, they've already locked up the worst seed in the league. They have no reason to rest these guys. These guys are part of their young core. They're still kind of trying to figure out where Killian Hayes fits into this young core, but still, they're going to play their minutes. They've been playing a ton. We saw each of them get over 35 minutes in the last couple games, so I think they're each going to play their roles. Even if maybe they see a reduction in minutes, they still could hit these lines because they aren't too crazy, especially against a Pacers team that doesn't play much defense. So the fact we're getting this at plus 115, the builders, have been hit or miss. It's hard to build a builder when you really don't know who the heck's playing, but I really like this one. These guys should get their minutes, and if they don't, whatever, we'll take the 1 unit loss. But I like them. Jaden Ivey for 15 plus points in 6 assists, and then Killian Hayes for 6 assists. I'll take a stab at it, plus 115 on DraftKings. Now, those are my 3 favorite plays. Let's talk about a couple of leans. Now, the couple leans I did consider, I won't put them up on the screen. Scotty Barnes over 26.5 PRAs, Stephen Curry's over 4.5 3-pointers, and then Kyrie Irving under 26.5 points. Now, those are leans. They're nothing I would track towards my record. They probably won't be any added plays that I do add. If I'm going to look at added plays, I normally like to look at guys that maybe have some more opportunity thanks to guys being out. But I won't suggest betting on those ones. Just a couple things if you're curious, if you're maybe watching, I don't know, 10 minutes into the video. A couple things I did consider for this video, but I'd rather stick to our 3 plays that we got today. I like Mr. Svi Mykhailiuk over in points plus assists. I don't like CJ McCollum. I'm fading his. I'm taking his under 30.5 PRAs, and then I'm taking that bankroll builder for the Detroit Pistons, 15, 6, and 6. Let's have a great day. Let's go 3-0 today. Have a bounce back day. Tomorrow's video will be a little bit different. Stay tuned for that. I'll see you guys back again Saturday. We'll have some more fun. Let's have a great Friday night. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.